back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can build a really industrial apartment. So this is kind of a video for Sims Freeplay beginning players. So I'm just going to show you how you can like build an apartment and plan your rooms and like how to build stuff and just some tips and tricks for people who don't really know how to like build like actually good looking builds. So you want to start off by getting like this empty apartment. And then you can start mapping out your floor plan. Either you can make your own or you can use someone else's. Either is fine. So in this one, I'm making up my own floor plan. So you just want to click on the build a room option. So I'm starting out by building a room for the elevator because all apartments will have the elevator. So you always need to have like a room for that. The good thing about Sims is that you can always extend the rooms as well as delete them or make them smaller, and there's also the L shape. So you don't have to worry about whether you don't like a room because you can always go back and edit it. So I've built 2 small rooms and then 1 big room. This big room is going to be like kind of our main room, like where the kitchen, living room, or like dining room area is. I'm trying to go for more like a loft style, and I actually have a tour of this finished build up on my channel. I posted it about a year ago, and today I'm deciding to post the build process. So as you can see, I'm extending the room a bit, and I got rid of my 2 rooms and just made 1 room instead. So now I've got like 2 rooms in total, as well as the elevator room, and then the big room. So I'm gonna add a second floor. So most loft apartments actually have second floors, so that's why I'm trying to make this kind of like a loft style. Now, one more thing to keep in mind is that I'm making my big room the exact same size as my small room. Oh, sorry, my big room upstairs and my big room downstairs. They're going to be the exact same size because I want to build a mezzanine, as you will see later in the video. And also, realistically, it makes sense to just have the big rooms the same size because it'll have a better look and it won't cause any problems for when you're placing windows, because when you place windows, you want to make sure that they line up, otherwise it looks really messy from the outside. When you build a balcony, especially in Sims, you always want to have it on top of another room. I used to do like balconies that didn't have a room underneath, and it just doesn't look very nice, so I prefer to just have balconies on top of rooms now. So it kind of looks like a roof as a balcony, if that makes any sense. So I'm just gonna make this room a bit smaller. You can always like play around with the rooms. If you have a problem with money, then I recommend you probably shouldn't, but if you've done hacks or like cheats to like get unlimited simoleons, then that shouldn't be a problem. So right now I'm just experimenting with the mezzanines. Okay, so this is the final look that I went for. I made the room a bit bigger and I added my mezzanine so that it overlooks just like about a fourth of the room. So one thing when you're building is, even if you don't feel like adding furniture at first, you should always add your stairs or elevator, because that usually like plans out how you're going to build the rest of your rooms, or if you're going to be changing any of your rooms. Because like if you put stairs on the first floor, then obviously it'll affect your room on the second floor. Some people like to make like separate rooms for the stairs. Since I'm doing a loft apartment kind of thing, I decided I'm not going to be doing that. And when you're using the circular stairs, you also want to make sure that everything is positioned in a way so that your Sims can actually access it, meaning the arrow is like not being blocked by anything else. Because if that arrow has something in front of it, then that means Sims can't access it. So as you can see, I have my arrow out in the open so it can be accessed, and when they get off the stairs, they have enough space to walk around. So you also want to make sure that your stairs are not like facing a wall, because then the Sims can't actually like get off the steps. When I first started playing Sims, I would get really confused as to why my Sims couldn't use the items, and I realized that it was because I was placing them wrong and in a way that made it inaccessible. I always like to change the exterior. And then also I recommend like doing the floors of the rooms. The walls are also important because they help to like give a theme for your house. So one thing I want to keep in mind is like not to make every single room the exact same wallpaper, but also don't make every single room a different wallpaper because it's just like a lot of color. And usually you want like a little bit of difference, but like also a little bit of similarity. So I made the three small rooms the same, but I'm going to be making the bigger room like a different one because it's the big room, and then the small rooms can be a bit similar. So as you can see, we get like a bit of variety there, but also a bit of like uniform. And you want to make sure that your wall also like matches well with your floor. You don't want to have like a bit of contrast is important, but also, like I said, similarity is also important. For the bigger rooms, I recommend choosing like darker colors and then lighter colors for the smaller rooms, but it's always up to you and your personal preferences. Over here, I'm just adjusting the rooms a bit more. And also, if you're going to be doing a room that has a mezzanine in it, make sure that the upper room and the smaller room are, or sorry, the upper room and the lower room are also like the same wall. Sometimes if you want to go for like a more edgy look, it's you can do it like different wallpaper, but if you want like a more neat look, then I recommend doing the same wallpaper. It's always completely fine to get rid of rooms, although you will have to go back and re-add the wallpaper on the floor. So just keep that in mind. You want to like add the wallpaper on the floor when you're 100% sure that you're not going to be changing your rooms because it saves you the time of having to go back, scroll, and find the same exact wallpaper or floor. So like what I just did now probably isn't a good example because like I already found the wallpaper for my other stuff, but now I have to go back and re-add it just because I changed some of the rooms. And one more thing is, you want to make sure your first floor is completely done before you go to second floor because often, if you want to change your first floor rooms, that will affect your second floor rooms and you'll have to delete your second floor and then go back and remake it after you've adjusted your first floor. So what I've done here is I've basically finished the general outline. I've added a bit of furniture, but this is what my loft looks like. So I've added some wallpaper. As you can see, we have some contrast, but not too much so that it's like overwhelming to the eye. So I kept like my elevator room, which is like the entrance, and I'm just adding a couple decorations. I have like a laundry room, a bathroom, a study. Generally, a house would have rooms such as like an entrance room, a kitchen, a dining area, a living room area, a storage room, a laundry room, a study area, a bathroom, a closet, and the bedroom. That's just like a general or like a more average house, but if you're making a smaller house, and you probably could skip like the storage room, the hallway, the closet, the study, and just have like the essentials like the living, dining, kitchen, as well as the bedroom and the bathroom. If you're making a bigger house, you can add things like a movie theater, a game room, a library. Those are just a couple ideas, but there are a lot more things you can do. You can also like apply your real life houses, and yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to leave some video ideas that you guys want to see in the comments.